Hey Bo, my name is Kayla and I'm 16 years old and I'm thinking about getting emancipated because of the things that have been going on in my house. The backstory. When I was younger, in 3rd grade, my dad would beat me and even strangle me sometimes, even though I did nothing to deserve this, and my mom would just watch or say nothing. Probably thanking God that it was me and not her. I remember this one time when my dad had this bag of fake diamonds. I didn't know they were fake at the time. And they went missing and he blamed it on me, not even questioning my brother. Long story short, he beat me so bad I had marks all over my skin. Fast forward to the present. Our relationship isn't bad, although he makes sure that he does the bare minimum for me and my brother, and he never acknowledged or apologized for the things that he did, and neither did she, my mom. My mom has found herself another boyfriend and is now pregnant, and my dad doesn't know. She makes us not tell him. Since I live with my mom ever since she's got this new boyfriend, I can already see that it's going to be like how it was with my dad. For example, she is already putting him before me. My brother is her favorite. My mother rented a huge house and has rented it out with random people and has rented out the room that I am currently staying in until tomorrow. And she said that me and her were going to sleep in her room. But now that she and her boyfriend are back on good terms, she told me that I have to work out something with the person that is staying in my room, my aunt. Or find somewhere else to stay because her boyfriend is asleep in there with her. Girl, get your ass emancipated. I've read enough to know that you need to emancipate that ass. Because, yeah, you didn't even say how old you are, but clearly you're too young to just leave, so you want to get emancipated. I don't blame you. This is too much. I cannot stand moms that put men before their children. Disgusting behavior. Absolutely disgusting. It's not okay. I would never. Your kid should come first. How dare you tell me I need to work something out because you decided to rent out my room to my auntie? Like, I didn't ask to come here. You decided to spread your legs and bring me here. How the fuck dare you tell me that I have to now share this room with this lady? Absolutely not. And it has nothing to do with being entitled, because like I said, my ass did not ask to come to earth, okay? You decided to bring me here. Now, I know that she can be a good mom sometimes, but she can also be abusive. She threatens to beat me like my father used to when she thinks that I am having an attitude, but the truth is I am tired of her shit and how unreliable she is. And whenever I try to tell her how I feel about the things she does and she says to me, she says that it's going to hurt her feelings. But what about my feelings? Exactly. And that's the thing. Some parents are real selfish that way, and it's not fair. And I remember when I would be going through shit with my mom, and like, it's just like parents just think that they're the ones that are always right, and they're never wrong, and you can't live like that. You can't just be out here thinking that just because you're the parent, you're right. Like, absolutely not. It doesn't work like that. See you never. Anyways, the reason I'm asking her opinion is because she has instilled in my head that without her help, I won't make it. And I know that the world can be harsh, but how bad can it be? And it's better than staying here as long as I had somewhere nice to stay and is financially stable. Or should I stay until she does something really bad that I can show the court so I can ensure I can get emancipated and save my money until? I don't like making decisions for people, so I'll start with that. If you're truly at your wit's end, try to get emancipated. And I don't know how it works where you are, but when here, if you are emancipated, if your parent signs you over to the government and you become a crown ward, is what they're called, shooters, a crown ward. Children's Aid, which is CAS here, Children's Aid Society, they literally provide for you financially until you're like in your 20s. They will provide you a home to live, and they will provide you money to pay your rent, and they will take care of you. I don't know if it's the same where you are, but if it's an option for you, do it. Talk to a social worker first before making any decisions and see if you have a solid case to get emancipated. And if you don't, then I guess you just have to stick it out. But that's my advice to you. Talk to a social worker, because my name is Bougie Vintage. I am not a social worker. I am just here doing Botox, and I am not about to be in trouble for ruining people's lives, okay? So that's my advice to you. Talk to a social worker first and then make your decision. Don't just jump the gun because you're upset. She said, first time mom and terrified, please help. All these exclamation points. Hi Bo, first I want to say that I absolutely love your channel. Thank you very much. I always love your makeup and the Botox are my favorite. Congrats to you and Shooter on the beautiful baby girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like I'm a little older than most of your viewers, but I still feel like I learned things from you. I'm 27 and I'm pregnant with my first child. We find out the gender on Valentine's Day. Ooh, I'm just in time. Make sure you leave in the comment section what your baby is, a boy or a girl. And my fiance, who is the baby's father, is very, I would hope so. I would hope so, girl. Is very excited and always rubbing my belly. I miss that so much. Oh my gosh. I'm sure I can talk to him about anything, but I feel like telling him how I really feel about the pregnancy will cause him to panic or feel differently about me. While I am happy to be starting my own family, I'm absolutely terrified about giving birth and being a good mother. Honestly, that's normal because my concern in the entire pregnancy was I wasn't really scared to give birth. I was afraid of what if I'm a shit parent? Like, what if I'm not going to, like, what if I just don't live up to the expectations, child, you know? Anyway, when I was growing up, my great-grandmother did most of the raising because my mother was busy working a lot. So I didn't really have the parenting example from a mother. I just know how grandparents would raise kids. And that's very old-fashioned and spoiling the child. The things that scare me the most is that the baby will start crying and I won't know what to do to calm him or her down, and that I'll be sleeping and the baby will roll over on his head and sleep and die from SIDS. Girl, stop it, please. I actually had the SIDS death in a dream and woke up terrified, bawling my eyes out. I know you're a first-time mother as well, and I was wondering if you had any helpful tips that could help ease these fears. I know I should talk to my fiance about my fears, but I don't want him to get paranoid and think that I regret us having this baby, because I honestly don't at all. Any first-time mother tips or advice you can share would be helpful and greatly appreciated. First of all, just relax. You only found out the gender a couple days ago. You still have 4 months left to go in your pregnancy. God willing, you make it full term and you don't have like a premature baby or something, okay? You need to relax because I was dealing with stuff mentally when I was pregnant, but I think most of those fears kind of just automatically leave once the baby gets here. However, all the things you're saying in that first, I'm going to say 2 weeks postpartum, you're still going to feel a little bit of that anxiety. So the first thing I'm going to touch on is that the crying thing. You have options. First of all, a newborn just wants to eat and sleep. That's what they don't tell you. Newborn just eat and sleep. They ain't up to playing and doing all that shit. At least Salem's not. Like, she just literally eats and sleeps. And so in that first 2 weeks, especially the first 3 days coming home from the hospital, if you didn't watch my first week as a new mom video, go watch it. But in the first 3 days coming home from the hospital, super emotional. The hormones hit you like a ton of bricks. You are crying with the baby. And it's not that you don't know what to do, because you know the baby's hungry and you know you have to feed the baby. But I was having an issue with my child latching. And so because she wasn't latching, it was making both of us miserable. And it was just really hard because I wanted to feed her. She wanted to eat. She's screaming her lungs out, like screaming her lungs out. You guys have heard Salem cry. She screams. And because she wasn't latching, I just was losing it because I'm like, I don't want to give her formula. I don't want to give her formula. But then I had to cave and give her formula. And I had to go and seek a lactation consultant. If you have lactation consultants in your area, you could just Google lactation consultant in wherever you live. And results will show up. Go and see them if you're having trouble breastfeeding. That's number one. That's super important. Deal with it. Do not let your breast milk dry up and give up. Do not give up. That's the number one thing I have to say. Do not give up. I'm so glad I didn't give up because I get to spend so much time with Salem when I'm feeding her. And so it's just a benefit. Breast milk is the best thing for your baby. You don't want your baby on formula. You will definitely be able to figure out how to calm the baby down. But even now, sometimes Salem wants to be up at 3:30 in the damn morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, screaming and refusing my boob, and it's simply because she wants to be up and walking around. She doesn't want to lay down right now, and I'm just like, little girl, mommy is tired, I need to go to bed, but I just have to get up and walk with her until she's calm, or I'll just lay with her and just rock her on my one arm and she's laying on my shoulder. There's just so many options you could do. And if it's just a thing where your baby is literally telling you what they want when they're crying, listen for different cries. If the baby is crying and they are putting their hand in their mouth, or they're licking their lips, or bobbing their head when they're like on your chest or something, or sucking on different parts of your body, they are looking for the tit, and so they're telling you, Mom, I'm hungry, please feed me. Okay, so that's for that. Then if the baby is not hungry, and you like, or you think the baby's hungry and you try to like put your pinky in the baby's mouth and they don't latch onto the pinky right away, you know the baby is not hungry. Check the diaper. Maybe the diaper is wet and they're uncomfortable and they want to change, or maybe they're cold. Touch their feet. If their feet are cold, you know the baby's cold. Or if the top of the head is not hot, not warm, or like room temperature, you know the baby is cold as well. You need to put a layer on the baby and make the baby comfortable. Like, there's so many different things, and if you have somebody around that's willing to help you with the newborn, definitely take the help. Other than that, those things will go away once you learn your baby, because I tell you guys all the time, the only time Salem cries is when she's hungry. So you just have to learn your baby and you will get the hang of it. So don't worry about that. And then you're concerned about SIDS. You need to research SIDS before you start panicking about it, because it's not really something that affects every child. Like, if your family doesn't have a history of sleeping disorders, it probably won't affect your child. I was very fearful of SIDS too in the beginning, because I just wasn't sure. Like, that was one of my biggest fears. I'm like, what if I have this baby and I bring it home from the hospital, everything's good and dandy, and for whatever reason my baby dies in their sleep. And it's always something that's in the back of your head, like you're just in panic mode. And for the first like 3 weeks, that was my thought, but it leaves, like it kind of just dismisses itself after a while, because you realize how your baby sleeps. And like when Salem's feeding, sometimes her nose is plugged by my boob, because my boobs are huge. She's eating at the same time, and so when she can't breathe, she literally like throws her head back and takes her mouth off of my boob so that she can breathe. And so I know that she would probably never die from SIDS. My other fear was Shooter rolling over on her in her sleep. That was my biggest fear at first, but when you have a baby and you're co-sleeping with it, unless you have a sleeping disorder, you're not going to roll over on that little baby, because you're not even fully asleep. You're just like half asleep for the time that you're sleeping. You're never fully asleep. Sometimes you might doze off and go deeper into sleep, but you still know that your baby's right there and you're not going to move and roll over her. I don't roll in my sleep, so I don't have that concern, and I'm not concerned anymore about Shooter rolling over onto her either. They say not to co-sleep, but ain't nobody finna tell me how to parent, okay? Nobody finna tell me how to parent my baby. Absolutely not. So I definitely still co-sleep with her for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not ready to put her in her crib yet, and it's just easier because I breastfeed constantly, to have her in the bed. That way when she wakes up in the middle of the night, or whenever she wakes up, if I'm sleeping beside her, I can just pop that thing out, give it to her, and we can fall asleep together. Anyway, yeah, don't worry about SIDS too much, because what you fear you attract, and that is not something you want to attract or speak into your child's life. So with that being said, I'm gonna go check on this baby. And another thing to note is that with newborns, you put them on their back to sleep, but they don't know how to roll over yet. Salem knows how to roll now, just a little bit, and she actually prefers to sleep on her stomach. And when she first started sleeping on her stomach, I was very paranoid about it, because I'm just like, I don't want her to try to turn her head one way or the other and she gets stuck and she's breathing into the mattress. That's not going to happen with her, because I've watched her sleeping and I've watched her patterns, and she's Gucci. So it's not something I worry about anymore. I just went in there and she's turned her head from this way to that way, and she's laying on her stomach, and she's perfectly fine. Hey Bo, I love your channel and wish you the best with baby Salem. Please keep me anonymous. So around a year ago, I did some terrible things. A boy that I liked asked me to send him nudes and videos of me basically doing and saying degrading things about myself. I did them because I really liked him and I wanted him to like me back. That was a long time ago though. And from that time till now, I went to therapy, recognized my self-worth, and all of that. I never told my therapist about the videos and pictures because I was too embarrassed, but they're always in the back of my mind. I'm so scared that he's going to expose me. I have dreams about it, and I feel like it's going to start affecting my sleeping and eating. I don't know what to do. I'm no longer in contact with the boy, and I check Facebook every few hours to make sure my pictures and videos aren't up there. He told me that he would never expose me and that he wouldn't do something like that. I feel so dumb, stupid, and ashamed of myself. I don't know what I would do if those videos and pictures would get out. Just thinking of my family and friends, seeing them literally hurts my heart. I'm in high school and I'm so depressed. I just need advice. I never told anyone this. Please help me, Bo. Honey girl, how many Botox are on YouTube? How many Botox have we watched and discussed, and how many times have I said not to send your nudes out? I don't understand why y'all ain't learning from the next bitch. Like, I'm not going to drag you for making this decision, but I don't know if you could possibly meet up with him if he goes to your school or whatever the case is. If you can meet up with him and just be like, hey look, can we sit and delete those things out of your phone? I know you said you wouldn't expose me, but I'm more comfortable knowing that they are not in your possession anymore. And just make it really clear, like, I don't think that you would expose me. I don't think that you would do anything to try to hurt me in that way, but I just would be more comfortable knowing that they're no longer in existence because that's not me, and I don't feel like I should have ever made those videos, sent those pictures. I feel stupid. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with me. That's all you need to tell him, and see if you guys can sit and you can watch him delete them out of his phone, and then watch him delete, if he has an iPhone, watch him delete them out of the deleted album as well, because it automatically deletes after like 30 days, but you can delete it before then. And stop sending these nudes. I'm getting sick. Like, last night I was lying. Please help. I love your channel and I wish you and Shooter the best of luck with baby Salem. Thank you. You spelled Salem's name wrong, child. You put Salam. Her name is Salem. Last night I was lying in bed and my best friend, since I was born, we are 17, was sleeping over. She was right next to me and she must have thought I was asleep or something, because about 40 minutes into the sleepover she started making weird noises and I thought she was crying, so I turned my head slightly to see what was wrong, only to find her butt naked sprawled on top of my sheets, literally flicking her bean, openly just hammering it. I'm dead. She was making so much noise and the stench was overwhelming. Oh no. I was in utter shock and was literally in tears. She was horny. Oh my gosh. Then she fell asleep and had no idea that I blatantly witnessed the whole ordeal. I couldn't look her in the eye the next morning. After she left, I was left to clean up the disgusting state of my sheets. What the actual F do I do? Please help. I feel so violated and I haven't talked to her since. My sheets were so soiled that I had to throw them away, along with a $500 mattress. You did not have to throw out your mattress, girl. I can't sleep at night because it permanently smells like there is a sardine under my bed. Bruh, you are funny as shit. Oh my goodness. Okay, I totally get being mad horny, okay? But bitch, go in the shower, bitch. Why are you gonna be laying beside somebody and flicking your damn bean? At least have the common courtesy to go on the floor if you don't want to go into the shower. But I can't believe you said it smells like sardines. So what did your parents say? Like, How you just gonna afford to throw out a $500 mattress? Your friend is real disrespectful. I think you should address it and just be like, I wasn't sleeping the other night when you were doing what you were doing in my bed, and I feel real disrespected that you decided to do that while I'm laying right beside you. And don't tell her hoo-ha stank, girl. Don't tell her that. Just tell her that she was wrong and that you had to throw everything out. And maybe, well, no, she ain't gonna, unless she has a job, she ain't gonna help you pay for a new mattress or anything like that. But she could at least buy you a new bed set, or get her mama to buy you a new bed set. I mean, she wasn't watching anything. She just was going at it. Well, at least she wasn't looking at you while she was doing it, because then that's just a whole other level of awkward that nobody wants to deal with. But I think that you should definitely address it. I mean, I would address it. I would not let that just go. Like, you're not about to stink up my room with your coochie and just leave like nothing happened. But you're not gonna do that while you're laying in bed beside me. Unless, like, we're doing this together because we like each other. I don't want anything to do with that. So, yeah, no. Unacceptable. Unacceptable! Hey, Bo, congrats on your baby. By the way, thank you. I'm Montana, or Monatana, child. You spelled Montana wrong, so we're going to call you Monatana. I'm 19. I've been with my boyfriend 3 years. He's always had a problem with my best friend, Santana. Montana and Santana. Okay. LOL, it's actually his name. He thinks we spend too much time together. He's also made the joke that our son isn't his, it's Santana's. Oh, he insecure. Child. Oh, I think Salem's up. Recently, my feelings towards my boyfriend have been iffy. He makes me feel insecure, calling me fat, knowing I just had his baby like 2 months ago. He ain't right. I dare Shooter. You know what Shooter says to me when I wake up and I'm wearing just my bra and my panties? He said, "Oh, babe, you skinny today." He didn't say it like that, but he says, "Oh, babe, you look so skin today." That's what he says. "You look so skin today." And I'm just like, "Oh, thanks, Zaddy." No, guy, that's so insensitive. They should know. Every man knows after a woman has a baby, she's not feeling like herself. Like, you weren't feeling like yourself for 9 months. And then after you have your baby, you're still not feeling like yourself. And so he knows he's wrong. That's unacceptable. He should not be calling you fat. He's been acting shady, hiding his phone, and sleeping in our son's room. What should I do? Oh, no. I don't want to stop being friends with Santana because that's not even an option, but I want to fix my relationship with my boyfriend. Is there anything I could do without hurting anyone? I think the problem with your boyfriend, I have to get Salem. Hey, have a snack, okay? I think the problem with your boyfriend being insecure about Santana is the fact that he may feel too insecure to the point where he decides that he's already made it in his head that you are cheating on him with Santana, especially if he's making jokes about your son being Santana's, and God forbid the child look like Santana for whatever reason. It gives him motive to cheat on you, especially because you just had a baby. You guys can't really be intimate right now, or you don't feel like being intimate. If he feels like he's lacking that in the relationship, he may very well be stepping out on you. And I'm only saying this because you're saying he's being weird with his phone. Me, I don't do the whole phone checking thing. I am about to be all up in your phone because those days are long and gone and over. If I can't trust you, I can't be with you. So I don't want to be checking your phone, but I also don't want you to be giving me a reason to check your phone. Like, don't be hiding it. Don't be shady. If he has a cell phone and he has not put your thumbprint, your iPhone, and he has not put your thumbprint in his phone, because Shooter didn't put my thumbprint in his phone. He has mine in his phone, and I have his in my phone. I have his on my laptop. Like, if he has not done that, we have a problem. I just want to know that I have the access, but I don't actually need to access. So, are you enjoying your snack, Mama? Yeah, so, I pray that's not the case, because that would be so devastating for you, obviously. Especially being a new mom, that's a lot to deal with. But don't overthink it, and don't even put that in your head. Girl, I shouldn't even have said that, but I think that's where your head's already at. don't approach him about the phone. Not just yet. I think you should lay low and fall back a little bit and see where he's really at, and then you can, you know, take it there if you need to. Don't go accusing him of nothing, because then he's going to really turn around and use Santana against you. You do not need to end your friendship with Santana. What you need to do, or what your man needs to do, is grow a pair and not be so insecure about somebody that's probably going to be around longer than he is if he keeps acting the way he is acting. Your boyfriend sound like trouble, girl. I think the best thing you can do for your relationship with both of them is to set clear boundaries. Maybe Santana messages you too late at night. Maybe he messages you past like 10 o'clock and your boyfriend doesn't like that. Or maybe Santana comes around too many days of the week. Or maybe Santana is bonding with your son more than he is and he doesn't like that if he's allowed around your son. Like, you shouldn't have to get rid of your friendship to make your relationship work. Unless you and Santana have had something in the past, then that's an issue. But if that's never been the case and you guys have never liked each other, if Santana has his own relationship and you have yours, there should be no reason that you guys cannot be friends at all. Okay, somebody got an STD, child. Hey Bo, please keep me anonymous. So for 2 years I dated my F-boy ex on and off, and we finally broke up for good this time. Praise Jesus. She didn't say praise Jesus. I am saying praise the Lord, okay? I was completely in love with him and he was my first everything. I am going to try to keep this short because there was a lot of BS that happened in the span of this rocky 2-year relationship. We broke up and got back together a lot, but I always thought it was because we couldn't stay away from each other. There came a time when we got back together, but we were not official. We were acting as a couple, including sleeping together raw. But he would say he was not ready for a relationship at the moment. Using you for the box, okay? That's what that is called. He would say I was his because I was so in love. We went along with our situationship and I continued to sleep with him, thinking he was only sleeping with me. This went on for like a year. I noticed that something wasn't right down there because I was always itchy. One day, right after we had sex, I went to the bathroom and noticed I was bleeding. Oh no, baby, what is you doing? Oh my goodness. I knew something was way off because my period just finished 2 weeks ago and no way was it starting this early. I googled it and found out that if you had chlamydia untreated for too long, you can bleed, and that it was pelvic inflammatory disease. That is horrible. Oh my goodness. I went to the clinic and got treated, but I'm pretty sure I can never have kids because untreated chlamydia can make you infertile. Oh, don't jump the gun too soon. I don't know if that's what happened to Trisha Paytas, but you never know. If you are meant to have kids, you will have kids by the grace of God, okay? Anyways, after that, I told him, and he just said, fuck, I'm an ass. So he knew he had it and didn't say anything, or did he not know either? And he never got treated, nor seemed to care. Lord have mercy. And you know what my dumbass did? I continued sleeping with him. Baby. A man gave you an STD. Why? Here, Salem, this is too much for your little ears. Why the hell is you still sleeping with his dumb ass? You know what? I made him wear a condom since he was still not treated. And one time while we were having sex, he took the condom off and continued to have sex with me. I do not feel bad for you. I do not pity you, because why are you still having sex with this man? So basically, I have chlamydia again and have to get treated again. Are you done eating, Mama? Yes, burp. That was when I realized that this dude really didn't give a fuck about me or my health and was just using me. He ended up not talking to me anymore, and I found out from my friend and his brother that he had a new girlfriend. I am not surprised because Bo, he's literally a serial dater. When I broke up with him in the past, he got a new girlfriend right afterwards, but would always come back and try to get back with me. But I am really hurt because I don't understand how, after everything we've been through together, he just doesn't seem to care. We used to talk and hang out all the time. The beginning of our relationship was so perfect, and I met his parents and everything. Now it's like it was all a lie and I was nothing but sex. Bo, there was so much more BS that he put me through. I feel useless, to be honest, and he has made me hate myself. I hate myself because I allowed him to treat me that way, and it's hard to forgive myself for losing myself trying to make him happy. I blocked him on all social media and even changed my number, but I am still so hurt, and I feel like I'll never be good enough for any guy. How do I get over him? This is the perfect time to bring up Will Smith talking about happiness and Jada Pinkett, and you cannot look for your happiness. You cannot look for somebody else to make you happy. That has to come from within yourself. You have to work on yourself, and you have to figure out what it is that makes you happy, and you have to apply it to your life so that you don't look for somebody to validate you or make you feel happy. That's up to you. So that's that part. But when it comes to this guy, I think the only reason you're really not over him, because if somebody hurt you that much, I mean, they should be dead to you and you just don't even think about them anymore and you just, move on to the next. But you've allowed him to have more say than he should. And you've allowed him to come into your life and constantly hurt you and take him back and forgive him, and now you're trying to blame him for you being unhappy, but you can't do that because that it's ultimately your own fault. He's just one guy and he was a mistake. What's most important is that you learn from this situation, and when you're in a new situation or new relationship, you can apply everything that you learn from him to that relationship, because at the end of the day, there is so many out here. So many. There's so many out here, and you don't need to worry about feeling like you'll not be good enough for somebody, because that's never going to be the case. There's always somebody out there for you. There's somebody out there for everyone. We were not designed to be alone, so there is somebody out there right now looking for your ass. And you over here moping over this ain't shit ass. That's when you don't find somebody. When you decide to put all your eggs into one basket and seemingly not be able to heal from a past hurt or a past relationship. You have to pray about this. You have to do some soul searching and look within yourself and find out exactly what you need from your new relationship and what you need from yourself. And you have to throw out this negative ass energy that you're surrounding yourself with, and also this mentality of not being good enough for anyone. You don't really know that you'll never be able to have kids. That's not something that's for sure. And so your best bet in dating is to, be honest and open with whoever you're going to get into a relationship with, because that is when people respect you, and that is when they'll be open and honest with you as well. And that's when you can grow as a couple with somebody, when you lay it all on the table and you just say, take me as I am. You have to remember that it takes time to get over somebody, and it takes time to heal from a past hurt, from a situation. It's not going to happen overnight, of course, but you just need to stay busy, keep yourself occupied, and allow yourself to have that time to heal. Might be a month, a week, a year, whatever it is. It's going to take however long you need for it to take, and then you will be able to move forward. But don't, be scared to get out there, find somebody new. This guy was not worth it, okay? I always tell you guys, I can't really tell you how to get over somebody. I just tell you guys to keep yourself occupied until you can't get over somebody. Sometimes, in order to get over somebody, you have to get under somebody else. I'm just joking. Don't do that. That is not how you heal, child. Don't do that. But sometimes in order to get over somebody, you do have to get out there, put yourself out there and risk it. and fall in love with somebody new, and then when you do fall in love with the person you're supposed to be with, you're gonna look back at your old relationship and be like, that was not love. Love doesn't do that. Love is not chlamydia. Love is not bleeding vaginas, okay? That is not love, honey. So I hope you figure it out. So me and Cece are done for the day. That's it for this Botox. I love you all, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye!